This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. And a very pleasant good evening, everybody, as we welcome you inside Preston Gym here tonight as the Indians get back to work for real after the holiday break, and they play host tonight to the Bruins from Twin Falls. Glad to have you with us tonight as the Indians get back to work. Tonight's the first of four home games over the next 5 games overall for the Indians. This game also starts a string of conference games that the Indians will play 11 of the next 12 games within the Great Basin Conference. Of course, last Saturday they picked up a 72-43 win against the Logan Grizzlies in Logan. Preston jumped out to a 41-15 lead at halftime. Scott Dunn and Cole Harris led the way with 16 points apiece in the contest. That game made the Indians now play teams in 3 different states this year. They have played teams from Idaho, Utah, and of course from Wyoming. So coming up tonight, the Twin Falls Bruins are here at Preston Gym, with a record of 3-4. They are 1-1 in the conference play as well. Their loss came to Burley, and they also had a win over Mountain Home within the conference. Twin Falls is coming off 2 straight winning seasons as they've compiled a 42-16 record over the last 2 years. They also beat Middleton, the only team to beat Preston so far this year. They beat them in the opening game of the season here this year. Last year, the Indians and the Twin Falls Bruins played twice. Twin Falls beat them early on in the year last year in Twin Falls. Preston beat them here during the conference tournament championship game as well. And then Twin Falls went on to win the consolation championship at the state tournament a year ago. So Preston still remains number 1 in the 4A division in the state, as there was no poll release this week because of the holidays. But for the Indians, they will look to pick up a big win here. As we will take our first time out of the night, we'll come back and we'll talk to Coach Tyler Jones as we continue on the pregame show right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome back to the pregame show. Time to talk to Tyler Jones here for a couple of minutes as we get ready for this game against the Bruins. Let's talk just a second about the game the other night in Logan. It was a nice win. You got several days off to get ready for this game tonight.
Yeah, I thought we played pretty well to go into Logan. It's always a tough place to play, and I thought we played a pretty complete game there. Each quarter we built upon our lead, and we came out like you want to on the road with a lot of energy and kind of got on them early, and that's what it takes. I like the focus we had that night, and hopefully we can carry that over tonight.
Tonight is a big game against a conference foe, a 2-point game against Twin Falls.
Yeah, these doubles are huge. You only play them once, and they count as 2, so you want to win all those double games, and especially at home, you got to take care of your home court. And Twin Falls, last year they were ranked number 1 a lot of the year. They ended up consolation at the state tournament. We played them in the district championship. They have a great program. Coach Har does a tremendous job there, and they're going to come in here tonight ready to play, and they're going to come here trying to get a big win.
Even though they've lost a lot of their big guys that were seniors last year, this is still a tough matchup.
Yeah, and they did graduate their size, and I think they had 4 starters graduate. But they're kind of like we've been the last few years. They're used to winning, and that carries on over to the next group, and they come in expecting to win. And Coach Har for years there, he's just done a fabulous job. And they're going to come in the first game of the year. They played Middleton, and they beat Middleton at Twin Falls, and so they're capable, and they have some good athletes, and it's a team that we can't overlook, that's for sure.
Look up and down the roster, and here you go again. It's a team that has a lot of size inside.
Yeah, and they're another team that can match up. I think they got 6'6", 6'5", 6'4", so they are big across the line. Number 24, he's a great shooter. He can really stroke the 3 as well than one of their guards. So they have some good pieces, and they're kind of figuring out as they go, getting that experience. But they're a team, as the season goes, that you don't want to play them late in the year for sure.
Don't want to sound like a broken record, but Ty's got to stay on the floor.
Yes, he does. And, he's played enough games that he's got to be smarter. He can't come out, especially once you get that first one, you got to be a little smarter, and you can't get a dumb second one. Whether they get a bucket, that's fine, but you can't just risk that where you have to sit a lot, and he's been doing that a lot lately, and we need Ty on the court to be a good team.
It ought to be an interesting game. It sets up an interesting weekend. A couple of games and a short turnaround tonight. Come back right around tomorrow afternoon.
Exactly. It's a weekend that can put us in a really good spot, or a weekend that can really put us in a hole. So we got to worry about tonight first. Twin Falls is going to be a hard-fought game, and then after that we'll get ready for Wood River tomorrow. Good luck tonight. We'll talk to you after the game. All right. Thank you. That's Coach Tyler Jones with us here on the pregame show. Take a timeout. We'll come back with more right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Imagine a world with no basketball.
Hey, do you want to marathon the Lifetime Network today?
Oh, yeah. There's a new show. It's called How to Dress Up Kitty.
Yeah, no thanks. Basketball lives here on the Aggie Sports Network.
This Saturday night, the Aggies return to the Spectrum floor as they host the San Diego State Aztecs. The pregame show is at 7:30. They'll tip off the game at 8.
Utah State basketball on KACH.
This time of year, the weather can change quickly. That means the road conditions change quickly too. If you usually feel stressed when you're driving as the weather changes, it might be because you don't have the right tires for the road conditions. Let West Motor Company help you choose the tires that will meet your needs. Take the stress out of your winter driving with a set of 4 new tires. Visit any of our dealerships in Preston or Logan today. West Motor Company, we do tires.
WestMotorCompany.com.
The keys to tonight's game are brought to you by Naylor Insurance.
Regardless of which insurance company you use, when you add a teen driver to your vehicle policy, your rates increase. This is Cheryl Kimball with Naylor Insurance in Preston. If you've got teen drivers, you need to know about the rate-saving plan offered through Mutual of Enumclaw Insurance. Teen Smart is an 8-hour program that, once completed, will lower your rates and make your teen a better driver. Savings and increased safety. It's a win-win. Call us today, 208-852-0810.
KACH.
Welcome back here to Preston Gym as Lyle Fuller joins us on the broadcast again here this evening. Welcome, sir.
Good to be with you again tonight, Dan. Looking forward to a great night of basketball here at Preston High School.
A couple of keys to tonight's game we talk about, and I mentioned it in the interview with Coach Jones, is Ty's got to stay on the floor.
Yeah, this Twin Falls team this year, not as big as they were last year when they were just enormous, but still have good size across that front line. And, Ty's a returning all-state caliber player, 6'7", really need him on the floor.
The one thing that really was impressive in Logan was the inside-out game. They take the ball inside and they kick it back out, and they were able to hit, although we were probably about only 50% on threes the other night, we still hit the big ones when we needed them.
Yeah, and, a great win down there at Logan, and we talked about coming off the break and trying to keep momentum. Now you're back into your district play here,
exactly.
Today and tomorrow, and you've got to be sharp. You really have to protect the home court, try to run up that record so you can go into the district tournament with a high seed. Indians decided to do that. You may have already talked about, Dan, the fact that this Twin Falls team did beat Middleton earlier on in the year. I understand that Middleton was missing maybe some of their guys for that, but still the bottom line is Twin Falls is the only team to beat Middleton so far this year. Of course, we saw Middleton get a win over Preston here on our home court. So not a team that we should overlook or take lightly by any stretch.
Preston remains the #1 team in 4A in the state, and they remain second overall in scoring in all of the 4A division. The only team that's ahead of them as far as scoring is concerned is Lakeland, averaging 72.2 points a game.
Lakeland out of the Panhandle. Again, we won't know what they have unless and until they make it to state and can match up against everybody else. But Indians, under Tyler Jones have tended to push the tempo and score a lot of points, doing that again this year.
Well, it ought to be interesting. As we mentioned in the opening segment, these two teams met twice last year. Twin Falls beat them at their place early on in the season, and then Preston beat them in the conference championship game in the conference tournament played here at Preston Gym.
I think the Bruins will be looking for a little bit of payback. They really felt like last year was their year, Dan. They had such a big team. They had good guards, and they felt like that was their year to win state, and so they'll be looking for a little payback here tonight, I would guess.
Yeah, they did win. They won the consolation side of the bracket, but they did win.
Yeah, one of the few teams to end their season with a win last year, but was not the state championship.
Absolutely. We'll take a timeout as the keys to tonight's game brought to you by Naylor Insurance for home, life, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. Stop by Naylor Insurance on Straight Street in Preston or call 208-852-0810. That's 208-852-0810.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
If it's time to sell your home, retail property, or land, make sure to hire the realtor that has your best interest in mind. This is Mike Hansen, broker at Cornerstone Real Estate. As a licensed real estate broker in Idaho and Utah, I have over 20 years of experience helping folks successfully sell property. I would like the opportunity to help you list and sell for the best price as quickly as possible. Call me today to schedule an appointment. Let's work together to make the sale of your property as simple and successful as possible. Mike Hansen, 801-510-1121.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Welcome back. Let's spend a couple of minutes with Indian point guard Luke Smaley. First of all, Luke, congratulations on the win the other night over at Logan.
Thank you. How's it going?
There was a lot of people talking after the game. You opened some eyes over there. Some people who know your dad and your family over there who hadn't seen you play in a while.
I was glad I could go out there and play well. My dad's from there. He told me to take it easy on his alma mater, but there's not so much you could do.
We had a nice chat with your brother Austin the other night at one of the games, and he was impressed with the way you play.
Oh, my brother was?
Yeah.
Oh wow. It's good to impress him. He's a good guy, good player.
It's pretty good shoes to have to fill. He's the leading scorer in school history.
For sure. I'm glad to be his brother for sure.
Let's talk about what's coming up. You've got now 12 games left in the regular season, 11 of them all within the conference. That makes for a really important stretch of games coming up for you guys.
Yeah, for sure. We just got to get going right now, and I think we will. We've had a lot of games to get prepared that don't matter as much, and now we got the key ones, and I think we're going to come out ready, and we're going to have a good stretch.
What's the key to get ready for these games?
Practice. we got to come and have good practice because you practice how you play, and then we'll show up that night.
Are you ready to go out and get everybody's best punch, best swing every time you step on the floor now, right?
Every time. Whenever, we always get the other team's best shot, no matter what, and we know that, so we come out ready.
So it ought to be interesting. It all starts, of course, coming up this weekend. You get Twin Falls and Wood River here at home, as Twin Falls is always a good team. Wood River is off to a great start.
Mm-hmm, they are. Wood River, they beat Canyon Ridge, and they're always going to be tough to beat. They got some good scores, and Twin Falls is always tough. They're well coached, so they'll play hard.
That'll be a fun weekend. Looking forward to it. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
KACH, My Local Radio.
Games last night are involving Great Basin 10 and area teams. We'll start first of all, big win last night for Westside. They knocked off Grace 79-64. Timberline beat Burley 52-46. And Minico was playing Reed from Nevada, and they picked up a 63-58 win in that game. Other games coming up tonight, it'll be Caldwell at Jerome. Buell will take on Canyon Ridge. Kimberly will be at Mountain Home. Century takes on Pocatello, the little crosstown rivalry down in Pocatello. And, of course, Twin Falls is here in Preston against the Indians. We invite you now to stay tuned. All the excitement of Preston Indians basketball is coming up next.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
COACH. 5 letters synonymous with leadership and encouragement. A person who cares about your success in athletics, but even more about your success in life. Hear from the coach right here on the Coach Craig Smith Show.
The Coach Craig Smith Show, live from the new Chicago Pizza location in Logan. Monday nights at 6 on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
It's time for Preston High School Indians basketball. The Indians hit the court looking to bring home a Great Basin 10 title and make a run for a berth in the state playoffs. All the excitement of Preston basketball is brought to you by West Motors, with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks all available right here in Preston. By Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. By Stokes Market True Value, the big city market with small town friendliness. By Rouse Construction, bringing custom homes to the Blue Sage Park community right here in Preston. By Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of Preston. By Hawaiian Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. Come try the best Hawaiian food right here in the city of Preston. By Naylor Insurance. For life, home, and auto insurance from Mutual of Enumclaw on State Street in Preston. By Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. By Idaho Salvage, where you can turn your scrap metals into cash. By Preston Auto Parts CarQuest on State Street in downtown Preston. By Valley Implement. By S&T Electric. And by MyLocalRadio.com. Tonight's game is a presentation of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and is made possible through an agreement between Preston High School Athletics and Preston Broadcasting. It's presented for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or use of descriptions or accounts of this game without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting, LLC is strictly prohibited. And a very pleasant good evening, everybody, as we welcome you inside Preston Gym as it's time to play some basketball. The Preston Indians tonight to play host to the Twin Falls Bruins. Dan Hubbard along with Lyle Fuller. Looking forward to another great game here tonight.
Should be great. We'll get the Twin Falls lineup introduced here in a minute. The freshman and JV teams of Preston both won big tonight. We'll see what the varsity can do here.
Yeah, the freshman team won by 30. The JV team just wrapped up a 60-26 win tonight.
Senior number 23, Riker Anderson.
As here's the starting lineup for the Bruins. Nick Swanson, a 5'10 junior, will start. Hyland Walker, a 6'2 senior, gets a start tonight as well, as does Riker Anderson for the Bruins as they turn out the lights on me here. I figured I'd be used to that by now. We'll get to the rest of the starting lineup for the Bruins coming up in just a second. Starting lineup for the Preston Indians tonight. Scott Dunn will get a start. Scotty averaging 14.2 points per game. Luke Smaley starts tonight as well with a 11.6 points per game average. Cole Harris coming off a season high 16, now averaging 4.75. Garrett Ward averages 3.25 points a game, and Ty Hyde, the big guy in the middle, also the leading scorer on the team, is averaging 15.7 points per game on the year tonight for the Indians as Preston keeps winning at home. They've lost one game in the last 2+ years. That was against Middleton, a team that Twin Falls beat.
Yeah, this Bruins team, they have some size on the bench. In fact, our fans may think, I thought that Ball kid graduated. This is the Ball kid's younger brother who's about a 6'6 freshman. He doesn't start. Their tallest starter is about 6'4 is what they list him at. So look for the Indians to push it inside to tie here early on, try to establish that low post advantage.
You know, last year when they had more size, Twin Falls did the same thing. They forced the ball inside and tried to get Ty in foul trouble, and oftentimes it worked.
Yeah. Yep, Ty battled, but those were big guys last year.
Here we go. Ty wins the tap backwards to Garrett Ward, and Preston has the ball to start the game. Smaley up into the front court, down into the right corner, goes to Dunn. Quickly underneath to Hyde for the layup. Preston got off to a quick start last Saturday against Logan. They led 41-15 at the halftime break. See what kind of start they can get off to tonight. Driving is Swanson, doesn't take the shot. They'll kick it back out as it goes to Walker. His three-pointer is no good. Hyde has the rebound. Quick outlet goes to Smaley. Head of the pack, and it's knocked out of bounds. A good hustle by Walker to catch up with Luke and block the shot.
Yeah, beautiful two-handed overhead outlet pass by Ty to find a streaking Smaley.
Underneath, good entry pass goes to Harris, no good. Put back by Ty is good.
Yeah, Harris just couldn't convert the layup. Harris at the point of the full court press now for the Indians.
As they pick it up in the backcourt, Tyler Robbins loses it, goes to Harris, a little backhand flip toward the hoop. That's no good, as Dunn tapped it out as Riker Anderson has the rebound. Riker is the one returning starter from last year.
Well, there's a travel.
And there's a travel.
Ty swatted the layup just for fun, but there was a travel before that.
As quickly they're going to the 6'6" freshman Zach Ball in the game. Twin Falls will pick up full court as Smaley has in the backcourt quickly across the timeline. Someone's got to stop him. He goes all the way to the basket and he's fouled, but on the way up.
Smaley hits the deck, gets up, and looks like he's okay.
Fouls on Mason Swafford, his first of the game against either team, and Luke Smaley will go to the foul line. Luke so far on the year is 22 out of 30, 73%. And he makes the first.
First one looked really good, perfect, bottom of the net.
Preston, 82%. They fell off a little bit after the game the other night in Logan. They lost about 3.5 points on their season average as a team, but Luke makes them both. Has his first 2 points of the game, and it's 6-0 Indians here early on. Again, full court pressure after the made free throws. He's up in the front court, comes to Swanson. Little 8-foot jumper over Ty is good.
Nicely done by Swanson. Now here's Ty ahead of the pack.
Ty all the way, tries to put it up. It was foul. They're going to be called from behind the play late.
Trailing referee.
That's on the freshman Zach Ball, his first. And it's going to send Ty to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Tied already with 4 points here in the early going.
In and out and back in again for Ty as he makes the first. Tonight's game brought to you by Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. 7-2, Preston up early. Ty makes them both. Preston's a perfect 4 for 4 on free throw shooting so far here in the first quarter. They lead 8-2, and again, full court pressure picked up here by the Indians. Swanson gets across the timeline. He stepped back across the line as it was Garrett Ward and Cole Harris who've had him pinned up against that timeline. Yep. He had no place to go.
Great job of setting the trap right on the half-court line to make him step over.
So they turn the ball over, and here comes Luke back up into the front court. Comes to Dunn, and then that's going to be a push as Highland Walker with a two-hand shove of Scott Dunn.
Not sure why he turned around to the ref like, what did I do? Shoved him way out of bounds.
You know, there's one thing I noticed in the JV game is their JVs were holding, grabbing, pushing.
Yeah, they're holding Dunn again there. No call.
That's taken away by Swanson. Nickel comes right down the paint, stops, wants to go up, but Harris is there. And now it is Anderson who tries to put it up. That's no good. And the rebound is off to the Indians. Harris up into the front court, kicking out to Dunn. Bring it out, back out top to Luke, and Luke will set up the offense. Smaley lobs it up to the high post. Is Dunn at the left elbow. Drop it down to Smaley. Layup is good.
Luke Smaley.
Smaley's got 4, and Preston leads 10-2.
Oh, good steal by Garrett.
Taken away in the front court on the press by Garrett Ward, is just as you mentioned. Lob it down low, try to get it back to Harris. Touched by Twin Falls. It'll stay with the Indians.
Indians off to a good start here, Dan. Up 10-2, 2.5 minutes in. Unless they find High on the block.
And before Ty can go up, he's going to be fouled. That's on Ball. Nope, they didn't. They called it on Highland Walker. It's his second. 4 team fouls now on the Bruins.
Tough task for Ball, the freshman, to be assigned to try to check Hyde.
As inside, Ty's got another easy layup. Ty's got 8 of the 12, and Preston leads by 10. Just onto the floor here for the Bruins is a new player, 6-foot junior, Iratakunda Emery. I asked the coach, how do you pronounce his name? It doesn't matter, just call him Emery.
Call him Emery.
That's what he answers to, apparently. It comes to Swanson. Swanson gives it off, back over to Swafford. Back over now on the left side to Emery. Back out, Swafford. 17-foot jumpers and air ball.
Smaley got a piece.
Saved on the floor as it comes to Harris. Ahead to Smaley. Stutter step and traveled, and he knew it.
Yeah.
He looked back at the official with a grimace.
And did you see that? Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you sure did. You're not quite as good as your brother, son. That would have been a perfectly good play for your brother. Here comes Swafford up into the front court, gives it off to Swanson. to Emery. Free throw line extended right. Back to Swanson right in front of the Preston bench. He'll bring it back out top, swing it back to Anderson. Back to Emery. He'll take the three from the left side. That's no good. Smaley up high with the rebound. Luke headmans it up the floor. It's taken away by Emery. He stole it away from Cole Harris all the way. Drives, and it's going to be a blocking foul on Luke.
Yeah, Luke, he didn't quite fully commit to taking that charge, so he'll pick up a block.
So that's the first on Luke tonight. First on the Indians. Almost halfway through the quarter before they had a foul called against them. And Iradikunda Emery makes the first of his 2 free throw shots as Swanson will leave. And coming in to replace him is Gerard Perry, a 5'10 senior. As shots no good by Emery, tapped around a couple of times by Ball, but it's Ty Hyde that ends up with it. Gives it to Smaley in the front court. In the right corner, it goes to Garrett Ward. Back out top to Harris. Good pass down on the block. Back to Dunn. Back to Hyde, I should say. And then it was Zach Ball to come across for the block.
Yeah. That was the play the Indians wanted. Just couldn't quite convert there. Ball there to swat away the layup attempt.
Down low again on the block to Hyde. Ty, first one no good, gets his own rebound. Emery takes it away, gets it ahead up to Swafford, lay it up and in. And timeout on the floor called by the Indians. 30-second timeout, they lead 12-5. We're back in 30 seconds.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
KACH. KACH, mylocalradio.com.
If it's time to sell your home, retail property, or land, make sure to hire the realtor that has your best interest in mind. This is Mike Hansen, broker at Cornerstone Real Estate. As a licensed real estate broker in Idaho and Utah, I have over 20 years of experience helping folks successfully sell property. I would like the opportunity to help you list and sell for the best price as quickly as possible. Call me today to schedule an appointment. Let's work together to make the sale of your property as simple and successful as possible. Mike Hansen, 801-510-1121.
Imagine a world with no basketball.
Hey, do you want to marathon the Lifetime Network today?
Oh, yeah, there's a new show. It's called How to Dress Up Kitty.
Yeah, no thanks. Basketball lives here on the Aggie Sports Network.
This Saturday night, the Aggies return to the Spectrum floor as they host the San Diego State Aztecs. The pregame show is at 7:30. They'll tip off the game at 8.
Utah State basketball on KACH.
KACH.
Start the second quarter as they get it into Harris. Well, Harris is pounded and then shoved in the backcourt with no foul. That's just what the JV game was like.
Yeah. Trying to muddy it up. A lot of fouls.
Robertson goes down low to Harris. Ties foul going up.
Yep. Good high-low pass there. Robertson from the free throw line lobs it up over.
Curtis Christensen. Nope, I take it back. It's Riker Anderson to get the foul. That'll be his first, team 7th. So Ty goes back to the free throw line where he's made 4 out of 4 already here tonight. First one is good.
We'll see how the Indians do with Smalley on the bench, Dan. Of course, their primary ball handler. Twin Falls has been showing a lot of pressure. Chance for Hammonds and Ward to show what they can do.
Lead back out to 5, make it 6 as Ty is 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Really become a strength this year for the free throw shooting for the Indians.
Yeah, so important at the end of ball games.
And timeout called by the Bruins with 7:38 to play here in quarter number 2. Take a timeout, be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
7:34 to play here in quarter number 2. Preston leads by 6. Outlet pass, Walker for 3, no good. High bounce, saved on the floor as it comes to Ward. Garrett up in the front court for Preston, gives it off. Hammond for 3 from the left corner, that's good again. Gabe's got 2 threes already tonight.
Twin Falls just threw it away on the other end.
And they turn it over as they throw it away. Scott Dunn back in. Rhett Robertson will go to the bench.
Yeah. I'm sure Gabe's three-point shooting is something Coach Harr was aware of and not happy that the Bruins left him open. That's the second 3, as you said, here of the half.
Comes to Hammonds in the backcourt. He'll give it to Garrett. He's picked up in the backcourt by Swafford, who follows him all the way across the timeline. Garrett will pull up. Now try to go down the right sideline to Dunn. Down low, back to Hyde, lay it in. Ty's got 14,
wow,
and the Preston lead is back to 11, 26-15. Swafford doesn't take the 3, kicks it off in the corner. The three-pointer there by someone who's not on the roster as
air ball. Wow.
As Hyde comes over and gives the young man a pretty good forearm shiver.
Welcome to the varsity.
Right to the middle of the back.
That's number 30, Aiden Coates, a 6-foot freshman, according to their roster.
As Dunn, he nails a 3. That's the third 3 of the game for the Indians already. And that'll be out of bounds right in front of the Preston bench. It'll stay with the Bruins. Goes back into Emery.
Coach Haar showing he's not afraid to go young. A couple freshmen getting time here.
Along the baseline, Swafford drives, runs into Ty, offensive foul. Swafford with the charge, that's his second.
Yeah, easy call for the ref. Ty just waited patiently, let him run into him.
Oh, here comes Garrett Ward in the backcourt. 6 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Preston leading by a dozen, 29-17, as that'll be last touch by the Bruins and stay with the Indians right in front of the Twin Falls bench as Garrett Ward will bring it back in from there. Gives it into Hyde. Hyde goes back to Ward. Garrett drives. Whoops. Wanted to go up and had 1 foot slide out from under him. The shot missed inside in the paint. Emery comes out of the scrum with the ball. Here comes Emery up into the front court. Takes it into the right corner. He'll pull it up there to Walker. Swing it all the way back around to Coates over on the left side. Back out top. It comes to Swafford again. He'll hand the ball back to Walker and they'll set up the offense. Swafford wanted a three from the angle left. Didn't take it. Gets it back to Iradikunda Emery. Now it comes back to the post. Over on the right side, three-pointer is no good, put up by Swafford. Swafford gets his own rebound in the paint, missed it twice. As Dunn has it, gets it to Ward. Quickly up in the front court. Hammonds thought about another three, but Emery closed out on him quick and wasn't able to. They'll get it to Hyde away from the paint on the right side. Wants to back in. Turns, goes up, and draws the foul. He'll go back to the free throw line again.
Good patience, good recognition by Ty. Had a smaller man on him, both height and weight, and just backed him down. Another trip to the line.
Riker Anderson was the man on him, and that's 3 on Anderson. He's going to have to come out. First one by Ty is good.
21, Tyler Robbins.
Tyler Robbins into the game. As going to the bench is Mason Swafford, the 6'1 junior. Tonight's game brought to you by Stokes Market True Value, the big city market with small town friendliness. Stokes Market True Value on State Street, right here in Preston. Do I dare say it? Ty is 7 for 7. See, I'm not a jinx. He makes his 8th in a row, and he has 16.
Oh, steal by Hammonds.
Inside, Gabe steals it, and he's fouled going back up again.
Great job alertly grabbing that inbounds pass with the full court pressure.
Aiden Coates will draw the foul, his first. That puts Preston into the double bonus now for the remaining 5 minutes of the quarter, as that's 10 team fouls now on the Bruins. Gabe Hammonds at the line, and the first one is no good. That's only Gabe's second miss of the year. He's now 22 of 24 for the season.
Dead-eye shooter from the line and the three-point line.
Makes the second. Gives him 7 points here in the first. And a traveling violation. They got the ball into Robbins, and then Robbins did the old shuffle the feet move.
Yeah, the Indians had a really good stretch here with Smaley on the bench. I'm not saying because he's on the bench, just that those come in and played well.
As long as you can hold on to that lead you have, which is at 15 now, there's no reason to risk Luke getting another foul. The three-pointer by Dunn is good. Scotty's got a pair of threes. Good for 6 points here in the half. As they go up in the front court, it comes to Perry. They trap him in the right corner.
Oh, good trap.
And it's
they got
poked away. Then it went off Perry and out of bounds. So the ball's going to come back to the Indians.
Right down there in front of Tyler Jones. He almost could have grabbed the ball, but
Houston Jones into the game for the first time. The 6'3 senior, number 34 in the dark-colored uniforms. As Ward has it up into the front court. Wanted to go to Hammonds. He crosses with Hammonds, takes it down into the right corner.
Oh, good.
Robertson's just back into the game. Bad pass, got away from Rhett.
Yeah, Rhett had a layup if he could have corralled that pass.
Can't throw a pass down around the knees of the big guys while they're on the move.
Yeah.
Emery gets it inside to Jones. Jones kicks it back out as it comes back to Perry. Perry comes across the top of the key, back to Walker. Inside, back to Jones. Stripped away by Robertson. Saved on the floor by Hammonds. To Dunn. Gets it off to Ward in the front court. Now back to Dunn. Scotty's going to drive down the middle, runs over a man, no call, and the layup inside for Rhett Robertson.
Great play by Scott. Created an easy opportunity for his teammate right at the rim.
Preston leading by 20, 37-17. Kick it back out. Emery from the left corner doesn't take it. He'll bring it back out again. Sets it back to Perry. Perry gives it off to Walker. As the ball's kicked by Garrett Ward. As ties will now come back into the game. Cole Harris will come to the bench. Twin Falls gets it back in with 3:20 to play here in the first half. Back out top again. It comes back to Walker. Down the middle. Shoots over Robertson. That's no good. Hyde has the rebound. To Ward. Quickly up into the front court. To Hammonds. 3 from the right corner. Good again.
That was a longer one. About 2 feet off the three-point line. No problem, though.
40-17. Just a 2-point difference from the first half lead that Preston had the other night against Logan. As that ball's taken away. Tipped by Hammonds. Goes to Hyde. To quickly up the court. It comes to Ward. Jump stop by Garrett, can't get it to go down. Ty has the rebound inside, put back is in. Ty's got 18 in the first half. Remember, his season high is only 21.
Yeah. As good a scorer as he is, he should have a higher season high, I guess I'm trying to say.
Three-pointer is no good, taken away by Dunn to Ward. 2.5 to play. Dunn's going to look at another three. Can he get his third? Yes.
Indians are popping the threes now.
Timeout. Called by Twin Falls, a full timeout with 2:22 to play, 45-17. We'll be right back here from the Preston gym. Big lead for the Indians tonight.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
KACH.
Coming up tomorrow, we have got quite the triple header for you. It all starts back here at Preston Gym, 3:30, as the Indians will face the Woodcross Wolverines tomorrow afternoon.
Wood River,
by my mistake, Wood River Wolverines. That'll be followed at 7:30. We'll take it to the Spectrum for the Utah State game against San Diego State, which ought to be quite a battle. And then after that game's over, we will have the complete rebroadcast for you of the West Side game. So 3 basketball games coming your way tomorrow afternoon, and all get started about 3:15 with the pregame show from here at Preston Gym. 2:10 to play in the quarter. Emery looks at a 3, doesn't take it. He'll give it back to Swafford, who's just back into the game. And another
Coach
timeout.
Hard not happy. Timeout, he says. Timeout.
Whatever Coach Hard drew up, he's not what he got.
No, not at all.
Reminds you to stay tuned for the Rouse Construction halftime report coming up at the halftime break. Remember, Rouse Construction building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community here in Preston. You can call for more information at 435-232-1837. That's 435-232-1837.
Yeah, looking up at the board, Dan, I've got Ty for 18.
I do too.
They've only got him 16 on the board, but I think it's 18.
45-17. Preston well on their way to topping that 70-point plateau again. As down low, Schooner being into the game, kicks it off in the corner. 3-pointer there is good. Got bodies all over the floor as Jack Schooner hits his second 3 of the game. Ward back up to the front court. Smaley on the bench with a couple of fouls. 1:44 to play in the half. With a big lead, just leave him there. Ball's poked away as it goes back to Walker for Twin Falls. Walker drives and then lost it trying to make a pass, but only because Preston got a hand on it and poked it away from him. Riker Anderson's going to come back in with his 3 fouls and hope he doesn't pick up a 4th before the end of the half. Swanson, top of the key, gives it back to Emery. Looks at a 3 from there, doesn't take it. Kicking off on the right side. 3-pointer there, put up and good by Mason Swafford.
That's a great shot. Finding the hole. Indians in the 2-3 zone, and they found a couple threes.
Swafford with 8 here in the game. Dunn Left side, free throw line extended, down to Ty on the left block, and it's poked away from behind. Remember I told you they'll hope he doesn't pick up his fourth?
Yeah.
Ta-da!
There's
That's
the man.
4 on Anderson. As Coach Har gets up and looks down the bench and goes looking for volunteers.
They're saying that's his third, I guess, according to Hanson, our PA address guy. But
I had him with 4. They surprised me and called him for his third a little bit ago when he went out. As Hyde makes the free throw. Tyler Robbins back into the game. As Swafford will go back to the bench. Or not Swafford, rather Anderson goes back to the bench. So here's Ty looking for his 20th point of the half and makes it. He's 10 for 10 from the free throw line as well. 47-23, final minute of the first half. As Swanson has it, free throw line extended left, brings it back up to the top of the key. Back to Emery on that left side. He'll bring it back out top again as it comes back to Swafford. Swanson has it on the right side, back to Swafford. Looks at another 3. That's short, just a hair short, as Harris has the rebound in the corner. Gives it off to Dunn. 30 seconds to play in the half. As Scott walks the ball up into the front court. Takes it right, try to get it back to Harris. It cut it off, so Scott hangs on to it. Still has it with 19 seconds to play in the half. Emery right inside his shirt. Now a timeout called by Preston with 15.6 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Tyler will want to set up something good here for the last shot. Doesn't have Smaley or Ward in the game as 2 primary point guard ball handlers. Smaley sat out, I think, this whole second quarter, if I'm not mistaken, Dan. He had those 2 fouls in the first quarter.
Absolutely. Of course, that's the same thing they did with Ty the other night in Logan, too. He had a couple of fouls in the first 3 or 4 minutes of the first quarter, and then he didn't come back in until the second half.
Yeah, and of course the Indians have had a great second quarter, so they haven't necessarily needed Luke, but I'm sure we'll see him back at the start of the third.
Ball belongs to the Indians. They'll get it in right in front of the Twin Falls bench as Hammond gives it to Dunn with 15 seconds left in the half. Harris goes back to Robertson, comes back to Hammonds. He has 3 threes here in the first half.
Boy, they're all over him.
As Emery bodies him up pretty hard, comes back to Dunn. Got a bad pass as Hammonds gave it to Dunn. Dunn was under pressure and couldn't control it. 2.2 seconds left in the half as it comes back to Twin Falls. Walker lets it go from beyond the midcourt stripe, and it's an air ball. But Preston with another big lead for the second game in a row. They score 40 or more in the first half. And tonight they held Twin Falls to only 23. So we'll go to the halftime break. Invite you to stay tuned. The Ralph Construction halftime report is coming up after the first half here at Preston Gym. It's the Indians 47 and Twin Falls 23.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
The Halftime Report is brought to you by Ralph's Construction. More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
KACH.
We're at halftime here at Preston Gym tonight with the Indians leading 47-23. The game was tied at 2-2. Then after that, it's been all Indians, including outscoring Twin Falls in the second quarter, 28-7.
Yeah, only 19-15 lead for the Indians at the end of one. Then an explosion there in that second quarter. 27 points is a whole lot. The Indians were taking better care of the ball and hitting their threes in that second quarter. Huge difference.
Going back to the loss against Middleton back on December the 13th, Indians have played 4 games since then. They've scored 70-plus in each one of those games, and they've done it 6 times now overall on the year. And with 47 in the first half, you'd have to think they're on their way to another 70-plus game tonight.
Yeah, and 23 in the first half for the Bruins is not necessarily a bad number against most high school teams. But, you know, Preston just puts so much pressure on the other team to score and keep up with them scoring-wise. Sometimes they can speed them up. Sometimes they get them out of their rhythm. And the Twin Falls is not a fast-paced team anyways. They play at a very deliberate pace. They have done under Coach Harr for years. But they're going to have to score a lot more in the third if they want to make a ball game of this going into the fourth.
28 points in the quarter without Luke Smaley playing a minute in the quarter, too.
Yeah, Garrett Ward did a great job running the point in that quarter, had several assists, got the ball to Dunn, and Hammond's on the wing for some threes. Got it inside as Ty continued just to dominate inside. And so the Indians come up here with a big lead going into halftime.
47-23, Preston leads. We'll come back, look at the stat sheet next.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Having your prescriptions refilled has never been easier. You can refill 24/7, set reminders, save medications, and access your account from the new My Community Pharmacy mobile app offered by Preston Drug. It's simple to use and it's simple to get. Log on to PrestonDrug.com and enter your mobile number. We'll send you the app. It's as simple as that. There are some things in life that have been made easier through technology. This is one of them. The app offered by Preston Drug is a quick and easy way to refill medications and promote a healthy lifestyle. Visit PrestonDrug.com to.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
In Franklin County, they know it's what's on the inside that really matters. That's why they offer advanced radiology and imaging using the latest in technology, performing x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, nuclear testing, ultrasounds, mammography, and much more, right in Preston, Idaho. With short wait times and a highly skilled staff available around the clock, they'll help you reach a diagnosis quicker. Make sure your doctor knows you want to save time and money, closer to home. Let them be the next to take your picture. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
KACH.
Let's take a look at the scoring from the first half of tonight's game. First for Twin Falls, Iradakunda Emery had 4 points in the first half. Nick Swanson finished the half with 2. Jack Schooner had 6 on a pair of threes. Tyler Robbins had 2. Riker Anderson had 2. Mason Swafford finished the first half with 8. Yeah, look at the big numbers. We'll turn it over to Lyle and look and see what the Indians did in the first half.
Yeah, Ty Hides, we talked about, great first half. We've got 5 field goals and 10 for 10 from the free throw line for 20 points for Ty. I've got him down for 7 rebounds, an assist. I think he's got a block in there as well and a steal. Luke Smaley had a 2-point field goal and hit a couple of free throws for 4 points. I've got Luke for a rebound and a couple of assists. Scott Dunn went 3 for 5 from the 3-point line in the first half for 9 points. 3 assists for Scotty in that half as well. Garrett Ward didn't make any 2-point or 3-point field goals. However, he did put up 5 assists according to my score sheet there in that first half, mostly in the second quarter. Cole Harris played, went 1 for 4 on 2s and grabbed 3 rebounds for 2 points. Rhett Robertson got a bucket for 2 points. Gabe Hammonds came in, went 3 for 4 from the 3-point line for 9 points for Gabe, and 1 for 2 from the free throw line for a total of 10 for Gabe. So 3 threes and a free throw for Gabe Hammonds. Indians were up 19-15 at the end of 1 and blew out the game really in that second quarter, 47-23 now at half, as the Bruins start to come back on to warm up here for the second half.
We'll take a timeout. The second half coming up just around the corner. We're back to Preston Gym right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
The Limbic Arc may help you or someone you know be more calm. It's simple to use. Find out more by logging on to mylocalradio.com and clicking on the Limbic Arc logo. Check it out now. Visit mylocalradio.com and click on any Limbic Arc logo.
Advertise your open positions on the radio. You'll be amazed how quickly you see a response. You'll reach more people for less. The Job Stop includes radio and internet advertising. Call us for more info. We're a local company with a toll-free number, 833-856-9625. That's 833-856-9625.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
Second half just underway as Twin Falls gets the ball to start the half. Up top, Zach Ball turns on Ty. The freshman wants to drive, but he's denied the access by Ty. That's poked away by Smaley. Luke's got it all the way to the hoop. Lay it up and in.
Luke Smaley.
Quickly come back the other way. Back to Walker off the glass and in. His first 2 points of the game. Quickly blocked away by Walker on the pass from Smaley. It's taken by Swanson. He'll slow it up, wait for his teammates to catch up with the play. Riker Anderson gives it off over to Swafford on the right side. Swafford comes back across the top of the key. Back to Anderson. Now back to Zach Ball at the free throw line, looking for somebody to take it from him. Back to Swafford, now back to Ball. Whoops, goes right through his hands and out of bounds.
The Indians come out in a man-to-man defense here to start the third quarter.
Each team with 2 points so far here in quarter number 3. Dunn has it. Right corner, down low to Hyde. Boy, that's too easy. And Ty makes it. And then Zach Ball with a little shove. He'll pick up a foul, and Ty's going to go to the free throw line. That's 3 on Ball.
Coach Harr arguing for a flop there by Ty, but there was definitely contact. So,
well, again, the JV team did it. You got to figure they're coached the same.
Right.
A lot of grabbing, a lot of shoving, a lot of forearms. Ty makes the free throw. He's made 11 in a row here in this game. Again, kind of a semi-full court press put on by the Indians. They get it up in the front court as it comes to Ball. Ball stops with it in the paint to Swafford. Back across to Walker. Free throw line extended right. He wants Anderson to cut through. Now back out top to Ball again. 17 feet straight away is in. The freshman with his first 2 points of the game. 52-27, Preston on top. Smaley finally getting back into the game. Backdoor pass to Ward for the layup.
Oh, beautiful backdoor cut and pass.
Preston doing it all. 13 of 14 in the first half from the free throw line. They made 6 of 9 three-point attempts. And now good passing here early on in the third gets Garrett Ward an easy layup. Anderson. Swing it back over to Swafford, top of the key. Left side there. Ooh, there's a nice pass. And Luke comes out of nowhere to block it, but he blocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, Twin Falls, number 2 Swenson there. They list him at 5'10". He's probably 5'8" or 5'9". Luke went way up high, swatted that layup right off the books there. Now Emery back in for Twin.
Walker gets it in to Nick Swanson. He'll bring it back out top, swing it back to Anderson. Emery cuts through, doesn't get the ball. Anderson still hangs on to it. Now he'll give it to Emery. Emery gives it off, now gives it back. Now he'll give it back to Swanson. Free throw line extended right. Emery will take a three from there as an air ball taken out of midair by Harris. Cole gives it up to Smaley. Luke on the run up into the front court. He'll stop at the top of the key. Gives it off to Ward. Ward will pop it back out top, and Luke will back it out and set up the offense again. Hyde has it at the left elbow. Turns to Smaley. Luke had to go off his hands, try to force it back inside to Harris, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds, but it's going to stay with Preston.
Yeah, too bad Luke had to lay up that time if he could again corral that pass.
It's kind of a tough pass. He's going away from the ball, trying to look back to find it. As the lob pass inside to Hyde, that's blocked inside by Ball. The freshman knocked it away, and the entry pass into the front court is taken away again. Deflected by Dunn to Smaley. Here comes Luke. All the way left-hand layup is good.
Luke Smaley.
Luke just powered that in with the left hand. Nicely done on the layup.
Luke playing like he has something to prove after sitting out most of the first half.
Yeah, some extra energy and something to prove. You're right.
Down low, Ball had it, tried to go up, dropped it. Now uses the rim as protection against Ty. Missed it, gets his own rebound, then goes back up. And this is probably going to go against Hyde as Ty was behind him. Nope, they're going to call it on Harris. I thought they called it on Ty since he was behind him with his peeking over his shoulder.
And being big, he's an easy target to see for the refs, but they'll go on Harris.
So here's Zach Ball, the 6'6 freshman. And his first free throw is no good. Believe it or not, that's only the second free throw of the game for Twin Falls.
Wow.
They're 1 out of 2. They had one free throw in the first half. This was to complete a three-point play. Ball missed them both. Hyde with the rebound, quickly up into the front court, try to get it back to Ty. Bad pass. It was off his hands, picked up there again. As that comes to Walker, almost carried it over. Runner in the lane is good.
Nice runner by Walker. Like that shot.
Halfway through quarter number 3, 56-29, Preston on top. As Emery took it away from Dunn, Scotty was holding out there, and Emery goes to the hoop. That's no good. Dunn can't play it because he was out of bounds. It would have been out on him as it comes back to Walker. Back to Emery, who travels.
Yeah.
Gabe Hammonds is going to come back in for Garrett Ward.
That's the good and the bad of Emery, I guess. He had a great steal, couldn't make the layup, and then traveled. He's hit a couple threes, I think, for the Bruins, so
he has.
He's contributed tonight.
So here's Smaley up into the front court. Gives it to Dunn.
He
takes it away again from Scotty. 1-on-2 as Emery will slow it up and give it back to Swanson. Back down low, Ball in the paint. Wants to turn on Hyde. Ty just rips it out of his hands. Gives it up to Hammonds up into the front court. He'll give it to Harris. Wasn't expecting the pass. It went off his chin, and he was able to get it back.
That's just a senior saying, I'm a senior, you're a freshman, give me the ball.
As they force it inside, knocked away, taken away again by Emery, ahead to Swanson all the way, lay it up left-handed, just flipped it up wildly and flipped it in. He has 4 points, and timeout called on the floor. With a timeout, we'll sneak one in here as well. Preston up 56-31 with 3:09 to play. We're back right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Preston ball as they bring it back up court. Smaley gives it off to Hammonds. Hammonds, they'll work it back around. Dunn has it on the left side, tries to force it inside. That's going to be a foul on Emery. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Emery.
Yes, it is. Eradicunda Emery with his first foul. He gave Scotty a couple of good bumps coming through the key.
Good little battle right now between Scotty and Emery on a one-to-one basis.
Inside, Ty missed it as Ball got on his back.
That should be 4 on Ball.
It is. Third team foul against the Twins, or the Bruins. And here's Ty, who's made 11 straight free throws here in this game to shoot another one. Makes that one. Gives him a dozen. And gives him 24 in the game.
22, Curtis Christensen in for Twin Falls.
I have to run to my sheet here. Trying to think what's the highest. I thought 24. Nope, 21 by 3 different guys was the highest single player point output in a game. As Ty makes them both, he now has 25.
Yeah, Ty may not get to play a lot in the fourth quarter with this lead, but he'd be tracking towards a possible career high if he stayed in there.
Three-pointer is partially blocked, saved on the floor. Nope, they're gonna. Oh, yes, it is. It was saved on the floor, but Jack Schooner gave a shove to, trying to think who that was.
I think Harris.
Harris. Yeah. So he gave him a shove, but on his way out of bounds to try to save the ball, draws his first foul. That's 4 now on Twin Falls. Robertson lobs it inside to Ty, and Ty's fouled again.
Yeah. Schnorr is just too skinny to deal with Ty in there.
They're going to call that one on the floor.
Yeah.
Schnorr draws his second. That's 5 now on Twin Falls. They get it back into Robertson. Couldn't get it once, so let's go back in there again. Back to Hyde, bounces a couple of times on the iron and falls in.
With the left hand, good entry pass by Robertson.
Ty with 27. 60-31, 2:16 to play in quarter number 3. The three-pointer is up and in, put up by Nick Swanson, who now has 7 in the game as he makes his first 3 of the contest. Smaley back up into the front court. As ball poked away and a foul. As Smaley went to go get the ball and Mason Swafford came over and bodied him up. That's his third. 16 fouls now on the Bruins, and with 2 minutes to play in the third quarter, they're out of fouls for the half.
Yep. Another tip by Swafford.
Swafford, I tell you what, between Swafford and Emery, they get a lot of the balls on a lot of hands on the balls. Ty misses a layup down low, as it's going to stay with Preston. Ty went up and the ball just squirted out of his hand like a banana.
Yeah, one of the easier attempts he's had on the night. That one just whoop.
Certainly one of the shortest.
Yeah.
Put the shot up from 1, he missed it by 2. As Ty gets the layup and the foul.
Luke with the assist from the underneath out of bounds play there.
Jack Schnorr picks up the personal foul, his third.
And Ty's going to go back to the line. All right, Ty with 29. Means bounce, won't get it. That's the first thing he's done wrong today. Missed the free throw. As he breaks a string of 13 in a row. The 8-foot jumper put up there.
New man in the game.
Christensen just straight into the game, makes his first 2 points.
6'5" post player, Christensen.
Smaley with it, back across the timeline. 1:20 to play in the quarter. Comes around the screen by Hyde, gives it off to Hyde. Ty, little runner, offensive foul, no basket.
Too bad the basket fell in, but it won't count.
That, believe it or not, that's just Ty's first foul.
Yeah, we talked about in the pregame keeping Ty on the floor with no foul trouble, and just one here. Minute 15 to go in the third.
Do you know what Ty's career high is?
As far as I know, I think it would be 30 last year at Pocatello, but I don't know that for certain.
That's what I was thinking too. As comes down on the floor, down low. Look out! Ty from nowhere to block it.
That's probably foul number 2.
Nope. The foul is going to go on Robertson.
Ty came flying in with like a volleyball spike, kind of a block on that shot.
You always see how he was hanging around the volleyball courts during football season. Then you wonder where he learned it from. Right. Schooner makes the first free throw. 62-37. Schooner makes them both. There's Smaley. Emery got a hand on that and then tackles Smaley going for the ball.
Emery's a rugged defender. Causing trouble for our ball handlers out front.
His second. That's going to be 1-and-1 here for Luke. Smaley 2 for 2 from a free throw line tonight. The Indians have only missed 2 free throws in the game.
Yep.
Luke Reddy, here's his first. That's too long.
Garrett Ward corrals the rebound. Good job.
Ward's got the rebound. Ron's going to say, I jinxed his kid. As it comes to Ward, another shove in the middle of the back. Comes down low to Ty on the block. Ty looking to back in. Nope, now instead he's going to try to give it to Smaley in traffic, and Luke's going to be tied up, but the ball will stay with Preston. Kind of a dangerous pass. Ty threw that right within the legs of about 6 different people.
Heavy traffic.
43 seconds to play in the quarter. Get it into Robertson. He'll drop it back down low to Ty, who's triple teamed. Ty goes back up. That's no good. Tap comes back out to Dunn, taken away by Swafford. Here comes Nick Swafford back up into the front court with 30 seconds left in the quarter. Emery for 3. That's off. Boy, it came off his hand weird, and it was no good. In fact, it was almost an air ball. It's going to go back over to Preston with 24 seconds left in the quarter.
It came off the hand weird and the rim weird. It's just a weird shot. Indians will probably play for 1 here. 24 seconds to go.
Another big quarter for the Indians. As, look out, the entry pass as Christensen bodies up Ty, then he looks at the official and go, what? What did I do? That'll be his first. And Ty's going back to the line to shoot 1-and-1.
Be Ty's 15th free throw attempt of the game.
That's good. He makes the first. Ty now ties his career high at 30.
Take a second, tuck in the jersey.
Tuck in the shirt. 16 seconds to play in the quarter. Ty's second, no good. I don't know about you, I'll take 14 out of 16 from the night, from the line.
Excellent shooting.
In the corner, Swafford for 3 from there. That's no good. Banged around inside, bodies all over the place. Swafford's shot is blocked by Ward, but a foul by Ward. They're going to give Swafford 2 shots with 1.6 left in the quarter.
Yeah, somewhere there's a coach saying, don't foul the jump shooter. That was a 16-foot jumper that you go for the block on and get the foul.
So here's Swafford, has 8 points in the game, making his first 2 free throw attempts of the night. He misses the first. He will now try the second.
Well, missed them both.
Missed them both. High gets the rebound again and lets it fly, and that's no good. Done with 3 quarters tonight. Preston leads 63-38. The fourth quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. We'll go to the fourth right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel, even when the temperature drops below zero. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil Company.
The fourth quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
KACH.
Go to the fourth quarter. The ball belongs to Twin Falls to open the quarter. Three-pointer from the right corner is no good. Long rebound. Hammond picked it up there for the Indians up into the front court. They'll give it off to Smaley. Preston outscored Twin Falls in the quarter 16-15 and have a big lead here. Dunn for 3 from the corner is good again. His fourth 3 of the night.
Boy, feeling it tonight.
For Scott, he has a dozen in the game. Had 16 the other night against the Logan Grizzlies. Emery right in front of his own bench. Comes back to Walker, wants to drive, he lost it out of bounds.
Yeah, just threw it away. Miscommunication there on the Bruins.
Tygan on the bench to start the fourth quarter here.
Yeah, well-deserved
rest. See if we see him or not here anymore here tonight. Smaley to Dunn, wants another 3. Good again. Wow. He's got 5. That ties the most 3s in a game this year. Gabe Hammonds had 5 in the opener at Shelley. Swans, go ahead.
5 threes on 7 attempts. Excellent shooting.
Emery looks at a 3, doesn't take it. Inside it goes to Ball, and he dropped it when he took the first step. And I think it called a foul on Rhett Robertson. That'll be his second. I thought for a second they might call a traveling violation here. Yeah. Smaley, Dunn, and Harris all out of the game.
Yeah, leaves Garrett Ward the only starter on the floor. Now Benson Palmer and Braden Hess in.
As inside, kick it back out. Swanson doesn't take the 3, gets it back from Emery. Now he'll give it back to Emery. He looks at a long 3. Good.
Well, got that one.
And Radakunda Emery with his second 3 of the night. That means the only person on the Preston bench that hasn't played, as the backdoor pass intended for Hammonds is tipped away. The only person that hasn't played is Steve Roberts, who just dressing for his second varsity game of his career.
Yeah, Roberts a sophomore.
Inside, they'll kick it back out. Swanson for 3. Good.
3-point basket, Nick Swenson.
To give these guys enough chances, all of a sudden they drain enough 3s, they'll be right back into the game. 69-44. Preston gives it off to Hess. Goes to Palmer. Lost it, gave it to Hammonds, and Hammonds ends up on the floor. What a surprise is Radakunda Emery ends up on top of him.
Yeah, Emery right there. He's a tough perimeter defender.
That'll be 3 on him, and now Gabe Hammonds will go to the line. That's 10 team fouls now on Twin Falls, so double bonus for Hammonds as he'll shoot 2. First one is good. And there's the magic number, 70-44. Preston has now scored 70 in a row in 5 straight games since the loss to Middleton.
And Hammond
Gabe makes them both. He has a dozen in the game and he's made 3 out of 4 from the free throw line. 71-44.
Valuable time for these guys off the bench. Oh, Emery with another 3.
Emery drains the 3. It's his 3rd.
And he'll get a timeout.
And a timeout on the floor with 4:18 to play. As Preston calls the timeout, we'll take a 30. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
KACH.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. Come try the best Hawaiian food. It's right here in the city of Preston. Ask about their catering options as well. Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins Bowling Center in Preston. Fourth quarter, tonight's game is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. As they down low to Robertson, missed the layup. Hess has the rebound, an offensive foul. Hess ran over, trying to see who that is on the bottom. That's the freshman, Aiden Coates. As looks like he might have got hit in one of those unspeakable areas.
Yeah, I didn't really see that play, but they called a foul on Braden. And
don't feel bad, son. LeBron took one on national TV there, too. It comes back to Emery, another 3, no good. Tapped around, ends up in the hands of Palmer. Gives it off to Garrett Ward up into the front court, 3.5 to play in the game. Ward comes around the screen, now he'll pull it back out. Swanson remains right on him. And then double dribble charged against Garrett Ward, and he knew it right away.
Yeah, thought he had a pass, and then the passing lane closed up. Took another step.
Gerard Perry and Jack Schooner back into the game. As Swinson and Halen Walker will leave. Perry at the elbow, it comes there to Jones. He'll turn and jump, bank it in from there. Not sure if he intended it to be a bank shot, but the senior got it to go. 71-49. Ward working against Emery. Robertson comes to meet the pass at the left elbow. Handed off to Palmer. Nice pass, back door. Look for Hess and lay it in. Two guys that normally work together on the JV games combining there for the basket.
Yep, good alert feed by Palmer.
Back to Emery. As down low again, get it inside. Air ball put up by Jones. Coates has the rebound. That's no good. This one comes off, and it's controlled there by Robertson. Quickly up into the front court, it comes to Hammonds. Gabe stands in the three-point range. Bounces it down low to Hess. Hess turns in the paint. Left-hand layup. Won't go. Bounced on the rim a couple of times and came out. Quickly back up in the front court. That's up to Perry. Perry will bring it back out to Emery with 2 minutes to play. Swing it all the way back around to Coates again. From the three-pointer from just outside the left elbow area is good.
Yeah, nice looking shot.
Coates makes his first 3 points of the game. It's 73-52, Preston by 21. Look inside. Robertson being double teamed. They'll give it to Hess. Hess will go back to Ward. Again, Emery right there with him, trying to poke at the ball, almost poked it away. Ward will drive and push off. Tell you what,
push off.
Their team's been doing that all night with that off arm and trying to create space for themselves, and they finally call it against us.
Emery using his long arms, quick hands to cause havoc out there, but don't think it'll matter much at this point. The Indians up big with a minute to go, minute 5 to go.
Jones back to Perry. His three-pointer is no good. Hammonds has it with 1 minute exactly to play. Back up into the front court. Tries to direct traffic. Gives it back to Ward. Free throw line extended right. Back out to Hess. Swing it all the way back around to Palmer. Shoot it, young man. As comes back to Hammonds. I'm sure that Jones has told him not to shoot. And Hammonds drives and will draw a foul.
Gabe will get an opportunity here. 2 shots at the line.
Perry draws the foul, his second. Hammonds goes to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Hammonds already into double digits. Scoring-wise, gets the first.
Makes the first, gives him 13. They're going to be just short of their season high for points, which is 77 in a game, as Gabe makes them both. He has 14. It's 75-52 as they let the clock run. Hammonds, the Coates, he'll take the 3 to beat the clock. No good, and that's the way the ball game ends. So 75-52, the final here tonight. And for Preston, they come up 2 points short of equaling their season high, which was 77 in a game is against Shelley here at Preston Gym.
Yep.
So we thank all of our sponsors, and of course we thank our friends at Webb Funeral Home for sponsoring the fourth quarter of tonight's game. In your time of need, you need professionals with true compassion. That's Webb Funeral Home just off Highway 91 right here in Preston. Take a timeout. Post-game show is next, including a chat with Coach Jones, all coming up. Tonight's game has been brought to you by West Motors, with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all available right here in Preston. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value, the big city market with small town friendliness. By Ralph's Construction, building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community in Preston. By Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of Preston. By Hawaiian Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. Come try the best Hawaiian food right here in Preston. By Naylor Insurance, for life, home, and auto insurance from Mutual of Enumclaw on State Street in Preston. By Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. By Idaho Salvage, where you can turn your scrap metals into cash. By Preston Auto Parts CarQuest on State Street in downtown Preston. By Valley Implement. By S&T Electric. And by MyLocalRadio.com. Now, stay tuned for the postgame show. Coming right up.
Imagine a world with no basketball.
Hey, do you want to marathon the Lifetime Network today?
Oh yeah, there's a new show. It's called How to Dress Up Kitty.
Yeah, no thanks. Basketball lives here on the Aggie Sports Network.
This Saturday night, the Aggies return to the Spectrum floor as they host the San Diego State Aztecs. The pregame show is at 7:30. They'll tip off the game at 8.
Utah State basketball on KACH.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
When the time finally comes to deliver your new little one, the comforts of home are vital. Franklin County Medical Center understands, and that's why the new maternity suites are designed with a warm family atmosphere, spacious rooms complete with sleeping accommodations for your partner, and state-of-the-art birthing equipment. At Franklin County Medical Center, your new arrival will be welcomed into the world safely, and the expert staff will ensure you're relaxed and comfortable. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
This is the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap tonight's game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at other games from around the area on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Welcome back here to Preston Gym tonight as the Indians score 70-plus for the 7th time this year and 5th game in a row as they pick up a 75-52 win tonight. Lyle Fuller, and just about everything the Indians tried end up coming up roses.
Yeah, boy, they did some things really well tonight. They shot the ball really well, and that's a function of a few things. One is having the right guys in the right position to shoot those shots, but also just teamwork, passing the ball. A lot of assists tonight. The ball wasn't sticking in anybody's hand. They were just finding the open guy and going with that, and then pushing the ball. To score that many points, you've got to push. You've got to get out and run, which they like to do, and did that again tonight successfully.
I think the interesting thing is, I think Preston found out that they can be competitive without Luke Smaley on the floor, as he sat out most of the first half.
Yeah, Luke had one of his quieter games overall, and he sat out that entire second quarter where the Indians just exploded. I think 27 points, if I remember, in that quarter alone. So, you had Garrett Ward running the point, and Hammonds and Dunn really heated up from the three-point line in that quarter. And, you may need that down the line. You just never know whether it's foul trouble or a twisted ankle or just what it may be when you're going to have other guys step up. And so building that depth, even in the fourth quarter when the Indians were up big and they had a lot of subs in the game, that's important to build your depth. I mean, we don't know exactly when Brecker Knapp might be back from his injury, and we don't know if Cooper Hobson will be back at all. And so some of these younger guys are just going to have to step up.
When you combine that with the night that Ty Hyde had, tying his career high and making 14 of 16 from the free throw line, it becomes a very formidable machine.
Yeah, it's a pick your poison kind of proposition for the Bruins tonight. They really didn't have an answer for Ty inside. They have the ball kid who's about 6'6" with long arms, but just a freshman and still learning how to play defensively, position-wise, and so forth. And Ty just put him in foul trouble right away. So great night for Ty, and really, for the Indians, Coach Jones always coaches this really well. When you have a big guy like that, you got to throw him the ball.
Yeah.
When he flashes, when he shapes up in the post, he throws that hand up to say, throw it right here to his hand. You got to get it to him. They've done a good job of that here tonight.
Yes, they did. As the Indians win it 75-52. Waiting for Coach Jones to make his way out of the locker room. Preston wins it, as I mentioned, 75-52. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll look at the stat sheet from tonight's game. Check the scores right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock, stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, let's check to see how the scoring went in the game tonight. I'll take a look at the Twin Falls scoring, and then we'll leave Lyle Fuller with all the heavy lifting and see what Preston did tonight. It was Iradakunda Emery who hit 3 threes in the game and finished the game with 10 points overall. Nick Swinson had 10. Jack Schooner finished the game with 7. Jared Perry played but did not score. Highland Walker had 4. Tyler Robbins with 2. Curtis Christensen with 2. Riker Anderson, who had 4 fouls, didn't play much in the second half. He had 2 points in the game. Mason Swafford finished the game with 8. Zach Ball, the 6'6 freshman, had 2. Houston Jones had 2. And Aiden Coates finished the game with 3 points. For Twin Falls, they were 3 out of 6 for the game from the free throw line. Now,
not many attempts.
Let's give you the big numbers tonight.
Right. Well, we'll start with Ty Hyde. He's at the top of my score sheet anyways. Ty goes 9 for 14 from the field and 14 for 16 from the line. 32 points for Ty. I've got him for 8 rebounds as well, and a steal, a block, and an assist. Luke Smaley goes 3 for 3 on 2-point attempts. Doesn't attempt a 3-pointer tonight. 2 for 3 from the line for 8 points for Luke, to go along with 5 assists tonight. Scott Dunn had an interesting stat line, Dan. He didn't attempt a free throw nor a 2-pointer, but he goes 5 for 7 for threes for 15 points.
Amazing.
You know, Garrett Ward goes 1 for 4. That's where I was lost to. I lost a bucket. Garrett Ward goes 1 for 4 for 2 points, and Cole Harris 1 for 4 on 2-pointers. We'll give Cole 2 points on the night. Rhett Robertson came in and got a bucket for 2. Gabe Hammonds came in, went 3 for 4 from the 3-point line and 4 for 5 from the free throw line for 13 points off the bench for Gabe. And Braden Hess played, goes 1 for 2 for 2 points. Overall, at least according to my unofficial stats, the Indians go 15 out of 27 from the 2-point range, which is, of course, an excellent percentage. 8 for 11 on 3-pointers, which is scorching the nets, and 20 out of 24 on the free throw line. So
wow.
Just really shot the ball well tonight overall, which is not easy to do. As we've talked about, Twin Falls, they like to slow it down. They like to kind of push and grab and muddy up and ugly up the game. And come out and shoot that well against that kind of defense. Great job by the Indians tonight.
You know, Preston outscored them in every quarter except the fourth, where Twin Falls outscored them 14-12 in the fourth quarter. So just a whimper of protest out of the Bruins in the fourth quarter. They couldn't do much with it.
Yeah, they left their starters in longer than we left ours in, and that's fine. I mean, Coach Haar is trying to build his program. Not many seniors that he plays this year, so he's just trying to build his juniors and sophomores.
Still waiting for Coach Jones to make his way out of the locker room. I see the players making their way out. Let's take a break. We'll come back, talk to Coach Jones, get some final thoughts from Lyle Fuller right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
The holidays are a special time, filled with delicious meals, savory meats, desserts, candies, and hot apple cider. The team at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston wish you and yours a delicious holiday season filled with happiness. Visit us today for all the ingredients for your special recipes. Shop the wide selection of holiday gifts for everyone on your list. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston. We thank you for your patronage.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
In Franklin County, they know it's what's on the inside that really matters. That's why they offer advanced radiology and imaging using the latest in technology, performing x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, nuclear testing, ultrasounds, mammography, and much more, right in Preston, Idaho. With short wait times and a highly skilled staff available around the clock, they'll help you reach a diagnosis quicker. Make sure your doctor knows you want to save time and money closer to home. Let them be the next to take your picture. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
KACH.
We await the arrival of Coach Jones. Here he comes. Let's go right to you, Lyle, here while we're waiting for Coach Jones to get a final thought or two out of you.
Yeah, Indians take care of business tonight, and then you have a quick turnaround, though. You have to do the same thing tomorrow against Wood River. So great win, and then you just focus on another district game tomorrow.
That's right. So it's it becomes a very nice win here tonight for the Preston Indians as Coach Tyler Jones joins us here on the postgame show. Well, you did it again. Pick up another win, 70-plus points.
Yeah. The first quarter they came out and, they're a physical team. They're aggressive and we kind of let them back into it there late first quarter. But second quarter, I thought our defense stepped up and we were able to get some baskets in transition and kind of get Ty going, which was big tonight.
Yeah, I'd say so. He tied his career high with 30 points.
Yeah, he was. We had a mismatch down low, we thought, and we tried to take advantage of that.
I'm guessing because you're a coach, and this is just the way the coaches think, even though you win another game the way you did, you still had some negatives that you had to address with the team.
A lot of them. That's probably the first half you get up big, and it just tends to get ugly sometimes. And Twin came out, and they got physical, tried to get up in us, and we had a ton of turnovers, and it was sloppy that second half, and you hate to see that because it take away from the good things we did. But no, teams are going to watch that, and they're going to try to pressure us, try to get up in us and make us uncomfortable. And we added up. We had 20 turnovers tonight, and you're not going to win a lot of games when you have 20 turnovers. So definitely something we got to take better care of the ball and be smarter with that for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, one thing I think you had to be happy with tonight, Smaley on the bench in the second quarter with foul trouble, and the team came out and played well. Garrett ran the point and really extended that lead. And I think, does that help give those guys some confidence that, that they can play without Luke if need be for stretches?
Yeah, and I mean, that's everyone knows that's watched us much, and that's kind of our weakness. We don't really have a backup point guard that can play a lot of minutes there normally, and we need Luke on the court. And it was great to see Garrett come in, and like you said, we made a big run that second quarter, and should give Garrett some confidence that he can run that when we need him to. And I thought that second quarter was by far our best quarter of the night, and we really extended the lead there that quarter.
Free throw shooting this year has been very much a positive. I had the team at 82% coming into the game, and tonight you go 20 out of 24 from the charity stripe.
Yeah, I mean, that's something, hopefully that continues. You get in those tight games, free throws are big, and every point counts. And, they say good teams, if you can shoot 70%, that's really good. So if we're 75, 80%, that's really good. And hopefully we can continue as those tight games, free throws win games. So that was good.
Yeah, and what do you do looking forward to tomorrow, Coach, on the tight turnaround with Wood River coming in, even in the afternoon, not even in the night?
Yeah, and that's scary as well. You get a late game tonight, and then you come back and have to play early tomorrow afternoon. And Wood River, they're 2-0 in the conference, so it's not a game that we can take lightly. They have one of the best players in the conference. The coach's son, he's a guard. He signed at College Vido already. He had 50 in a game this year, so he can really score it. And you get in those games, you get one guy who can take over and get hot. He can lead them. So, and the short turnaround for sure too. So we got to come ready to go tomorrow and have some things ready for them. And they beat us tomorrow. They're 4-0 in the league and sitting pretty good. So it's a big game, and you got to take advantage of these double pointers.
Well, we'll look forward to it. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon, and hopefully things go well against Wood River.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
That's Coach Tyler Jones with us here on the postgame show, and that'll bring tonight's broadcast to an end. As the next broadcast for the Indians, as we mentioned, is tomorrow in this special doubleheader here at Preston Gym. That all starts with the boys against the Wood River Wolverines tomorrow afternoon at 3:30. And then that will come up with the nightcap. The Lady Indians will host Marsh Valley coming up at 7:30. You can hear both of those games on mylocalradio.com. We'll have the boys game for you on the radio as well, starting at 3:30. The executive producer of Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator tonight has been John Beverly. Special thanks again to the basketball managers for their help on the camera tonight. For Lyle Fuller, I'm Dan Hubbard, reminding you of the final score. Preston wins at 75-52. And we'll talk to you tomorrow from here at Preston Gym. Until then, good night from here in Preston. Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.